Okay, hey guys, welcome back to my channel, fellow watchers of Cruel Summer on Freeform. If you're old like me, I hate when people who's in their 20s say that. I'm old because I'm over 25 now. But if you're my age, you remember back when it was ABC Family. Honestly, if you're younger, you might too, but you're probably way younger. Anyway. So let's talk about the theories. This is the official. I remember when I got to the end of The Undoing, I made a theories video and I was like, last chance for romance. Now you have to be old to really like that song. I'm just kidding. You don't have to be old to like that song. I like the song. Anyway, let me get into it. So, okay. This is the theories video. It's actually gonna be pretty short. There aren't that many theories. I mean, like one person commented, I'm like, there's not that much left to happen. Either she saw her or she didn't see her. I was like, yeah, okay, that's fair. Either she saw or she didn't see. But there's a couple of things to theorize, okay? There's a couple of theories. And the first theory we're going to talk about is one that somebody in the comments, in fact, you know what? I can find her name. She sent me this article that she read, Miss Thea K. Monet. No, I'm so stupid. This is like Megan Thee Stallion. The K. Monet. Okay. All right, I get it. I had to say it out loud. Okay, anyway, you're probably like, get into it. What are you going to talk about? We're going to talk about who's Annabelle. Let's start with who's Annabelle. So one of the theories about who's Annabelle was that Kate had a split personality. And the K. Monet sent me this article, or she posted this article. I think it's down in the comments of my last video. And it's called Cruel Summer Star Debunks the Fan Theory. So the fan theory was that Kate developed, because that's how multiple personalities develop most of the time, is through trauma. So people thought that Annabelle was like her traumatic. It was like her trauma-ridden brain creating another personality to deal with the abuse of Martin. That was one theory. But the guy who plays Vince, and I know his name now. Listen, don't judge me. I forgot his name in the last video. But he plays Vince. His name in real life is Alias Bonds. Alias Bonds the Third. I'm just kidding. I think he's a first. But he said that's not the theory. He said that also, I just want to say on the top of this video that allegedly I read somewhere else, in this article and in somewhere else, they're saying like, no, the major questions of this season will be answered. So the major questions of who is Annabelle and did Jeanette see her or not? Apparently those things are going to be answered. It's up for debate how they will be answered. So the whole, is Annabelle a split personality thing? It's not explained. Now, another theory was that I liked that theory, but I was like, But another theory was that Annabelle is the name of Martin's gun, like he named his gun. I don't know, like he named his gun and that was somebody's theory. I don't know. I understand why people are saying that. Like, obviously, Annabelle is something that scared her and freaked her out. So maybe it's some sort of weapon that he's using to threaten and keep her, submissive. I don't know. I guess. Let me just read quickly the quote from Alias. He says, "We couldn't skip over it and just jump forward to a different mystery and brush past it." So that, to me, that is another theory of what is next season going to be about. That's what I'm interested in, because I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch another season of like, did you not see her? Blah, blah, blah. So I think that he's hinting that there's going to be a different mystery next season, and I'm kind of here for it. I'm interested to see what that's going to be. Now let's move on to a couple. Well, I just had one YouTube theory from the YouTube comments again from my last video that I thought was really interesting. This person named Amber Silverberg. Hi, Amber. She said, everyone thinks when Jeanette goes to Martin's on Christmas Eve is the time Kate is talking about when she said Jeanette saw her and they made eye contact, but I don't think it's that time. I think Mallory maybe goes back to the house to return the snow globe or yearbook in fear that Martin might think she stole it because he knew she had been to his house. Remember when she recorded the video. So maybe Mallory went back and that's who Kate sees. Another person said a very similar thing where they're like, they think that Kate is seeing Mallory. That's another person. I'm sorry. There's another comment. They thought that Kate is seeing Mallory. So like they thought, well, she sees Jeanette wearing a dark hoodie and riding a bike. Maybe Mallory came back wearing a dark hoodie and riding a bike. So it wasn't Jeanette, it was Mallory. That's another question. And I'm like, oh, I was like, ooh, that was such a good theory. I almost felt like, oh man, I hope that wasn't it. Some of these theories are too good. So now I'm like, if it is correct, then I'll be like, you spoiled it for me. I'm just kidding. I'm still interested in seeing how it all goes down. And then I have some theories from Tumblr. Now, one of the Tumblr theories is really long, so I'll save that towards the end. But this Tumblr theory comes from a person. I don't know what this person's. What is this? This is my Tumblr, by the way, if you want to go to my Tumblr. And this is, you see that person's name right there? What is that? XYXYA? Zai? Let me just get into the theory. You guys are like, who cares? Okay, they have a female avatar, so I'm going to say she. She says, I'm torn because there is still a possibility that Jeanette did not see Kate. And if that's the case, I want her to get justice. But at the same time, I don't think Kate is lying. And she honestly believes that she saw Jeanette. And I think Harris brainwashing her definitely played a big role. And this is where her theory gets interesting to me. She says, I think it's looking like the only way Jeanette can clear her name is by Kate being victim blamed or being kidnapped because she went to his house willingly. I hate that. Yeah. So one person's theory was that Martin was telling her like, oh, she's stealing your life, blah, blah, blah. And like, so she'll direct her kind of anger, not just on him, but also outwards towards Jeanette and all the people in her life that abandoned her and let Jeanette steal her life and take over, blah, blah, blah. So that's one theory. Then, okay, and here's the next theory. Anyway, it's kind of long, so bear with me. This is going to be the last one. This person says, I don't think Jeanette is some evil girl who set out to destroy Kate's life and take it over. I think she was a very insecure teen who admired Kate and her mother. This is from Penny Peabody, which I'm pretty sure is not a real name. Thanks, Penny Peabody. She says, and her mother drilled into her that being like Kate is what she always wanted her daughter to be. That's what I said in my very first video. Jeanette was kind of okay with just being kind of dorky and wearing braces and glasses and living her life. But then, like, her mom is like, honey, take off those glasses and soon you'll get your braces out. And, you know, I was really popular when I was your age. And she's always sucking up to, like, Kate and her mom. And Kate and her mom hate her. And I was like, it was so embarrassing. The time they came out of that workout class was so cringe. Anyway, in 1993, we see that she got a thrill out of doing the bad things, sneaking into Martin's house. And that's why she kept doing it. She wanted to feel cool and like a badass when she really wasn't like that at all. Her conversation with Jamie about how she did bad things and alluding to how bad things are fun when you don't get caught. So she wanted to do, we already talked about this. Let me skip forward. Kate is traumatized and most likely an unreliable narrator to an extent. She's an unreliable narrator, whether you think she's knowingly lying. I think it's much more likely, like this person is saying, like, she's not knowingly lying. She's just, like, lying because she's traumatized. That's what I kind of said too, like, I think she's just traumatized and she just wants to lash out. She just feels like she needs someone to blame, and Martin is dead. You know, like, so if there was a trial for Martin, she probably wouldn't be focusing. She probably wouldn't have even made it a point to bring up Jeanette, probably, but we'll see. So it's possible she never actually physically saw Jeanette, but we know at this point that she did see her, but the eye contact was not there. Or heck, maybe she did see her, but Jeanette didn't know that and was so scared that the house would get in her trouble that she absolutely had to lie and keep quiet. Nobody would believe her if she knew she kept going to the house. Yeah, right. It's always the fly. The fly wants to be included so bad. And the fly wants to be in all the videos so bad. That's right. So Jeanette had to lie. She couldn't say, like, yeah, I went into the house like 5 times, but I didn't see her. No one would believe that. So she has to keep it a big secret. Like, no, I didn't go in there. I also don't think that Jeanette was trying to take over Kate's life. I think that happened and she was happy it did, because for once she felt cool, and the cool kids knowing her name, a boyfriend who liked her, maybe and even did love her at a point, which is why when she hears Kate is still alive, she panicked, because that life would never be the same again. They only wanted to be her friend because their other friend was unavailable. Sad. Bottom line, I don't think Jeanette is a monster. I could be very wrong, but for now, I just think that circumstances allowed her situation to fall into her lap. She wanted to seek thrill. She wanted to feel like she belonged and was popular. Yeah, she lied. Every teenager lies to protect themselves from getting into trouble. If it turns out she's just as shady as the show is trying to make us believe, then I'll be shocked. But for now, I think both girls were just dealt a shitty hand, and probably would have been able to been great friends if things hadn't turned out this way. Like seeing how Kate and Mallory get along. I think that oh my god, the fly, it's just coming straight to my mouth because my lip gloss is sweet smelling. Anyway, I think they could have been friends. I think that in the way that high school things go, like, I think that she would have gotten her braces off and turned all cute, and then Kate and what's his name would have had some sort of fight. They would have broken up, and then Jeanette would have tried to date him. I don't think that they would have been great friends after that. But seeing how she gets along with Mallory, and seeing how Jeanette and Mallory used to be friends, they kind of had somewhat things in common, sense of humor, stuff like that. So it is possible that they could have been friends in an alternate universe. Do I think that her theory is correct? I think that it's possible. I think that it's all possible. I'm getting a text message right now. Great time. No one texts me until I'm filming. Oh my god, do you see the fly? I'm just like a crazy person. And this person, this is not okay, this one last thing to leave off on. This person says, also, all I know is that it's not the focal point of the show, but Martin must have some serious blood money, because that is a nice ass house for an assistant principal. I think that people don't really know how much an assistant principal makes. Also, the economy was slightly better in the 90s. So I think it's plausible that he could have afforded that house, especially if he came from a like established family or something. People give their kids just like, oh, you want a down payment for a house? We're so proud of you, son, for making assistant principal. Here you go. Like, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's a nice place. It's huge and spacious. I love the house. Not the man who owns it. He can go burn in hell. And also, the people in the comment section, there's only one guy, kind of low-key defending Martin and being like, well, she knew what she wanted when she went in there. Ew! Who are you? Anyway, if you're a loyal subby and you made it all the way to the end, leave me a little house emoji for Martin's blood money house. I guess you could be one of those people on the internet who's like, well, most people with generational wealth, it came from blood money and exploitation. So yes, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe. I can't. I don't know, man. Possibly. Don't look at my Chick-fil-A cup. Don't judge me. The chicken nuggets were good. I'm so stupid, guys. Okay. What else? I want to make another video just reading the Tumblr theories. Not the theories with the Tumblr comments. A lot of them weren't theories. Anyway, okay. Bye. That's the end. Leave me a house emoji if you're a real loyal subby and you got to the end.